So the non-proliferation treaty are with regard to the nuclear weapons, so that the increase or the expansion of the nuclear weapons should not take place. But as of now, a control that we need to put on one thing, and that is the fossil fuel. So the fossil fuels control needs to be done like the nuclear weapons, and that is why fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty initiative, so that the use of fossil fuel should not increase, should not enhance, should not expand further. So first of all, about the points of discussion, first we will be looking at the news, then about the fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty, what is the background of it, what is India's position, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is environment and ecology. The news talks about, can fossil fuels be regulated like nuclear weapons? The group that is trying, the success achieved so far. So the group which is trying is the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty Initiative. Now, Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes are now being shifted to Noida. So, if you were taking class in Mukherjee Nagar, now the next destination for you is Noida. So, the nearest metro station if you are traveling by metro is the Noida sector 15, and the exact address is C171/2 block A sector 15 Noida Uttar Pradesh, near metro station Noida sector 15, and this is how the building looks like, and it is very close to the metro station, and you will also be able to find the Drishti IAS hoardings, so that you do not face any problem in recognizing or finding out the building. If you have any problem, give us a call at 9311406440, and for exact location the link is given in the description box. And also, if you want to receive a call from Drishti IAS site, then the link is also given in the description box, so you can go and fill out the form. Now moving back to the point, and that is, should fossil fuels be regulated the way nuclear weapons are? Because nuclear weapons are dangerous, nuclear weapons are deadly, and in today's time, if something which is dangerous and causing harm to the environment, then that is fossil fuels. And the way nuclear weapons were restricted, nuclear weapons were, you can say, banned, and the proliferation of nuclear weapons is not allowed. So the same way in present scenario the situation is with regards to the fossil fuels, because the damage it is causing to the climate is irreversible, is devastating. So the control on the increase or enhanced use of the fossil fuel needs to be restricted. So that is why the question has arisen that should fossil fuels be regulated the way nuclear weapons are? Then there is a group of government and civil society organizations who believe that they should be, and that is why they are pushing the idea of the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty forward. So the FFNPT has been endorsed by 13 small island developing states of the Pacific Island, like for example Vanuatu, Tuvalu, Tonga, Fiji, Solomon Island, and these islands are the islands who have contributed, or they are the least responsible for global warming, but they are facing the consequences of it at the most. So that is why the FFNPT resolution has been moved by these smaller nations. Now let us talk about the background for Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty. So the COP29 shows that fossil fuel emissions are projected to be about 8% higher this year than the year 2015. Then the year 2024 is said to be the hottest year on record, and the link between fossil fuel consumption and global warming is very close, and that is why the talk about shifting from the fossil fuel towards the renewables has been on a rise. And when we talk about renewables, so the contribution of solar is most, and then comes the wind and all other types of renewables. Now what is FFNPT? That is the Fossil Fuels Non-Proliferation Treaty. What is it? So it talks about, or it proposes to make it legally binding on nations to end fossil fuel extraction. So till now it has not been done, but the proposal will have a point that it should be legally binding on the nations to end fossil fuel extraction, so that if extraction will not be done, then the usage will automatically come down and will force the countries to move towards other sources like the renewable sources. And this will also wind down existing production and manage a just transition to renewable energy. So if extraction will not take place, then production will also be limited and the shift to the renewables will be fast. Then the FFNPT, it operates on three major pillars. So what are these three major pillars? First is the non-proliferation, so that the use must not be wide. Global cooperation model to end the expansion of coal, oil and gas production. Expansion must not take place, enhancement must not take place. Then comes second, and that is the fair phase out. Fair phase out means it comprises an equitable plan to shut down existing fossil fuel production in a way that nations with the capacity and historical responsibility for emissions transition fastest and empowers others also. Fair phase out means that country must have the capacity so that easily, without causing much damage to the economy and the other environment, the phase out of fossil fuel must take place and the adoption of renewables must take place. Then just transition. It means that the fast tracking the adoption of renewable energy and economic diversification away from the fossil fuels, such that no worker, community or country is left behind. Because if we talk about as of now, who are the countries who have the capacity to move away from the fossil fuel as of now? So they are the developed countries. Apart from the developed countries, the other countries do not have the finances. They do not have the capital. They do not have the technology. They do not have the scientific innovations. So how are they going to move away from the fossil fuel and towards the renewables? So they require support and help from the developed countries. But the question arises that are developed countries themselves capable enough, or do they have the required capital so that they can help the developing and the least developed countries or the island countries? Now island countries are the countries who have not contributed to the global warming or who have not contributed much to the climate change, but on the other hand, they are the countries who are facing the hardest repercussions of it. The developed nations, because of their industrialization process, they are the countries who have contributed the most in increasing the global temperature, and the countries who have not contributed towards increasing the global temperature, on the other hand, they are the countries who are facing the repercussions or the devastating effects of the climate change. But the countries who have contributed to it, they are the people, or they are the countries who are not helping the other countries now. So the developed nation needs to take responsibility with regard to just transition. So the three pillars are non-proliferation, fair phase out and the just transition. Then the concept of FFNPT was conceptualized in 2016 and was officially launched in the year 2019. And poorer nation require help of developed nation to move away from fossil fuels. And the proposed fossil fuel treaty will support the work of the Paris Agreement. Work of Paris Agreement means that increasing the temperature till 1.5 degree Celsius. The temperature must not go beyond it. And through the implementation of the new collective quantified goal, and the aim of the new collective quantified goal is to establish a new financial target to assist developing countries in their climate action post 2025, and the COP29 which is taking place, one of the major aspect of COP29 which as of now is happening in Baku, Azerbaijan. So the COP29, it is expected that a decision would be taken with regard to the climate financing. Then, or through nationally determined contribution and just transition work programs of the countries. Then, what is the India's position as of now? So, initial focus has been on smaller countries in Asia, Africa and the Latin America. And the aim is to bring large fossil fuel dependent countries like India and Indonesia on board. With regard to Asia, we are talking about justice and equity perspective, then India stands to benefit from the FFNPT because the smaller nations or the least developed nation, they require justice and the equity perspective also needs to be given to them. Then the Global Carbon Project report estimates that India's fossil fuel emissions are set to rise by 4.6% in the year 2024 because India is a country which is on its path of manufacturing. And plus the population of India and the GDP of India. India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world as of now. So, for India to be able to reduce the carbon emissions very fast becomes difficult. And that is why the net zero target of India is 2070. And the transition is happening in India towards the renewables. Now in the end, the prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And the question reads, the three pillars of FFNPT, that is the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty, are non-proliferation, fair phase out or just transition. So you have to talk about the correct code or the correct answer, and the codes given are only 1 and 2, only 3 or 1, 2 and 3. So I've discussed this in this video. So give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.